Being ruptured as Doom is actually very annoying. This hero wants to keep running around in fights and hitting people and not being immobile. So definitely got their work cut out for them. I think the reason they went for the Hoodwink for Soxa was that they felt like in the last game they were struggling with finding vision in trees. And now they have a hero where if you see the Monkey King jumping around, you have a chance of catching him with a Bushwhack, you have the chance of finding him with Scurry, but obviously it goes both ways, right?
Yeah.
The Monkey King can also see you in the tree line. Oh, first blood could be coming.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Yuragi dodging Bushwhack. He's going to get hit by residual damage, though, from the shield crash. And you got the slow from Troll as well. Yuragi on the run. Looks like he's going to live, and Taiga with the tether. OG avoid getting first blooded. As Tundra really wanting to find some momentum on their side. Remember, they have lost 3 games in a row, and the first 2 against TSM, they were winning hardcore, I want to say, and they were heartbreakers. This game number 1, though, OG just felt like they were a step ahead the entire time.
I'm trying to remember, it seems so long ago yesterday how they played against TSM. They definitely were very confident and dominant in the first game and then kind of got knocked off their perch afterwards. So yeah, they need a little bit of a momentum shift here.
Yep, Snipe jumping in. That's a lot of damage to Soxa, but Io in turn taking some damage as well. Taiga will go down first. So first blood goes the way of Tundra. It will be a trade for Soxa.
First blood going on the Hoodwink here. Very curious what he's going to buy. A lot of the time Hoodwink will start in lane with a Blightstone, but I think when laning together with Doom, it might not have enough impact. Looks like he's gonna wait for boots and ferry out as many branches as he possibly can for his lane partner, currently sitting on 5 in his inventory.
So Center, we've talked about the Pango versus Bloodseeker matchup a lot, and I mean that was the beauty of the draft from OG, because you could put these heroes in so many different positions. This Chaos Ball is going to save some damage on the Taiga here. How do you play against a Bloodseeker as Pango? It feels like you have to get a Linkens at some point, but doing so just delays the rest of your items, which seem like they're 100% needed for you to have any effectiveness in the game.
I think a lot of the key to playing this matchup for Pango is to rely on his team a bit and not think of it as a 1v1 matchup, because that's kind of depressing. If you can find a way to, for example, if you look at their lineup, right, maybe you can Doom the Bloodseeker and that opens up your Pango to play the fight. That's how you initiate it. Or maybe you catch the Bloodseeker in some sort of a stun from the Hoodwink and, you know, just find other ways of controlling him so your Pango gets to play. If OG initiate the fight and they rupture Pango, Tundra are in trouble, right? They don't have the best coverage, they don't have the best saves, especially when you consider what OG can bring to the table in the way of burst with a CK, with a puck. So yeah, it's genuinely one of those matchups where you turn to your team a bit. Sure, like you said, you can buy Linkens, but it's coming out late, and it's not really a full solution either, right? Like, what if the enemy team just breaks your Linkens with something then?
Right. And it also requires you just to play totally different than what's kind of intended for the hero itself. Is Amar taking some damage, but the jump in from Seb, trying to focus a little bit on Skeeter, but Amar, the one taking the heavy damage, a couple more right clicks, he pops the Fairy Fire, so will live. And then this is a double melee lineup into Troll Warlord, who is kind of a lane dominator, but still one of the position ones that we don't see as often these days, probably because of the fact that he gets kited higher than most melee heroes, I want to say. Especially with that ult, we have no control over the hero.
I will say, though, I actually really do like the Troll pick in this game. I think it was a pretty clever way of trying to solve the problem. Misha, when I say Misha, it's part of Taiga's name. Misha isn't here.
Okay, yep, Taiga goes down to Soxa, so 2 kills for him early on. Of course, on that Doombringer last game, not off to the greatest start in that first game, but obviously 33 playing the position 3 Doom this time, so expect him to get a lot more farm than Soxa did. Okay, he's going to get Reality Rifted back, but no kill to come, as OG trying to get control of this lane right now. And you can see that mid matchup, BZM with 15-2, and the Pango 21-1, so off to a pretty good start for that mid Pango.
9 has tons of experience playing this lane and playing this matchup, so definitely not going to be in any doubt what he needs to do. Same for BZM. Like, this is one of those matchups that if you play a lot of pubs at in the high bracket, these heroes are very popular, and you know Puck, one of the common counter picks to Pango. So you've played both sides of that matchup plenty if you play both of them.
So what is it about the Troll that you like this game? As Seb is going to be spotted out, but I'm guessing the Whirling Axes against CK is part of it.
Yeah, so first of all, when you look at the laning compositions that OG can place, when this is the overall last pick of the draft in the Troll, you have 1 range support in the IO, which enables a melee core in the lane. So if you put IO plus melee hero against Troll, what are you really enabling, right? That hero is going to get blinded. And if you don't, you're playing against double melee here with the Bloodseeker and Monkey King, which are very exploitable matchups for the Troll. Also in the game in general, like you said, Whirling Axes against CK is great. And you can, hopefully with this carry for Tundra, you can make space for Pango. I actually think it's kind of important that the carry here goes in and sets up so that there's pressure on a hero like Bloodseeker so that Pango can get stuff done. And also, you also have a Doom offlane. So, the carry doesn't have to do all the work here. There's plenty of heavy lifting that can be done from all 3 cores of Tundra this game.
And Taiga hooking up with Yuragi here in the bot lane. But you can see Soxa has come as well. So back to the old 2v2. I mean, how much kill potential do we have in this lane from OG's perspective? Well, if the Centaur keeps stomping like that, that gives them more opportunities for sure.
Not so much anymore, I think. If you were looking to kill here early with your dual lane, it needed to be very early on where you put some pressure onto Doom. Actually, Yuragi is going to be taking quite a bit of a beating here. Yeah, but he gets the crit stomp. Beautifully done from the Centaur. 33. He's going to get slowed again. Looks like he will be a walk away, though. But on a sliver of HP, he'll get salved up along with the Tango. So he'll be no worse for wear. Taiga bushwhacked again by Soxa. Continue on with the Scurry now. And he might just kill the wand. Here. All right, Taiga continuing to try to run. Chaos Bolt is there. Only 1 second stun, so Taiga hiding behind the tree line. Another bushwhack onto Yuragi. Don't think they have enough damage with the Infernal Blade and the hookup from Taiga as he's tangoed up as well. We do put a lot of pressure in really exploiting the mana burn creep, just like last game. This time it is an off-lane Doom instead of the support, but this creep is just incredible for Hoodwink to play with. This mana regen is insane value. Pretty sure there's a good chance this creep gets nerfed in the upcoming patch. Yep, very possible. 2.5 mana regen AoE. You can see BZM ready to go for his first gank attempt, but it's going to be thwarted for now, so no coil as of yet. I mean, I keep coming back to this Pango, Cinder, and we're going to have to hold that thought. As the 6-minute rune is about to pop, it will be an illusion rune, which should be handy to take off that waning rift if he really wants to hold on to it. But, I mean, the panel, again, they talked about it, but against Pango by itself is a pain, but against Puck as well, like how do you itemize against these 2 heroes? Or is it really just about leaning on your team? You definitely want the shard at a pretty early timing, I think. It's one of the best ways you can deal with the Puck getting coiled. Oh, nice try there from Soxa, but didn't quite get the connection. BZM quick to react mid. Didn't get knocked into the tree with bushwhack. Yeah, so you need shard. If you want to itemize against the Bloodseeker, eventually you get Linken's at some point. Oh, top lane. Skeeter has to run up to the bottom area just to avoid that blood right, but 3 members of OG not able to find him. Oh, he's fine. Nice job by Skeeter, avoiding that gank. Now with that showing top, Yuragi could be in some trouble bottom. Looking for the dive. 9 is here as well. Oh, did he get spotted there? I don't think so. Ooh, just out of vision. But they run into each other. Yeah, there we go. The swashbuckle comes. 9, shield crash. No mana for his ult. Has to bottle up a bit. Would be a tough kill nonetheless. Good awareness there from Yuragi. Considering they made their own move top, there was only the troll and nobody TP'd. He can realistically expect a mirror move here from Tundra in the bot lane. Now, Amar might not be ready for what could be coming top. Soxa is kind of... Yep, and the tree line is Tundra. Yuragi's come with Amar, though. You can see the Nether Ward is down. So Snake King showing himself. Really bringing the numbers here to hold this tower. Soxa kind of stuck between a bunch of creeps. Bloodright to come, and he gets bursted down by OG. And we see another TP out, this time by Seb. This might be enough for Tundra to defend for now, though. Yeah, they got the siege creep down. That was the main objective there, was to find a way of repositioning the wave so that the tower took care of business, and that's what Pugna managed to do. So, yeah, they pay a Hoodwink. A little bit of unfortunate positioning there from Soxa with Scurry on cooldown, but end of the day, I don't think Tundra mind this all too much. They might mind this. Bolt, Reality Rift back in. Snake King looks to possibly be dead. Another crit from Yuragi. Wants the high 5, not going to be reciprocated as the right clicks from BZM are enough, as he has the DD activated as well. And they're going to get a couple stacks here as well for OG. Yeah, this was all intended for the troll or the Pango. And, well, most of it will go to the Puck. So, again, BZM finding a lot of CS just like in the first game. This time around, though, a little bit earlier on the first. Bushwhacked in the bot lane, whirling death to follow. Don't know if any TPs are going to come his way, but he's going to try to delay this.
as long as he can. Into the tree line he goes. Have to do some damage before he can pounce on a tree. It looks like they'll find... Oh, wait! Seb? Is he going to get away? No. Another bushwhack to come. Does create some space for his team, but Tundra, a much-needed kill on their side. As Troll Warlord, this is one of the best position ones for taking towers, if not the best, as this tower will get decimated.
It's gone. OG did get the top tower at the same time, though, so they used the space that they get out of Seb taking so long to kill bottom to just ensure that. Game is still looking fairly even right now.
Yeah, Skeeter on the Troll Warlord looking for the Battle Fury as the first item, which I feel like is the only build right now on Troll that I've been seeing, at least. I think the Maelstrom one has kind of died down. Obviously, you need something for that CK in addition to the Whirling Axes, but it is a slow build-up for him, of course.
I actually wouldn't necessarily have minded seeing the Maelstrom build in this game for that reason, but...
Snake King needs to pick up that neutral item. He does. It might cost him his life. Is 33 in the area. See the coil off on 2. They're going to find the first kill on Snake King is 9's Rolling Thunder.
No.
Not the best usage as Seb gets off of Wukong's command. Looks like he'll be taken out in tow, but still with all the extra armor, will he actually live to this Skeeter? Looking for the kill, but BZM is there. Somehow Seb lives with that Wukong's command buff. Tundra, that hurt. That absolutely hurts.
Forget a replay of that. That's just unfortunate. 9, I think he failed the first jump with his shield crash, and the angle that he got afterwards prevented him from getting up the stairs as well. So that looked like a completely clean setup for Tundra, but a little bit of a misplay cost them a lot.
Yeah, Blood Right from Amar. They know that Rolling Thunder's not there, so he's not really afraid of the chase, although he might have to be. The Rupture comes out. Swashbuckle will partially connect as 9 is forced to TP out. The ultra counter to the Bloodseeker.
You're going to see the replay here. So look at this. Seb is in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Okay, this is the second half of it, but basically 9 couldn't find a way in after his initial jump missed. And Seb just runs the longest path he can come up with around the circle.
Oh my god. Yeah, that is...
That voice line sounded pretty cool in slow-mo.
Indeed. Boundless Strike. 33 is in a bit of trouble here. OG looking for another kill going their way, and they'll find it. 6-3 advantage for OG early on. And this, again, this is against a core Doom this time around, so the lead is a little bit more substantial than it's showing at the moment.
That's a core Doom going Midas, and OG are keeping the game even 11 minutes in on gold, so should be pretty happy. Yuragi gonna rotate over to take the creep wave instead of that small camp. Might have actually saved his life. Soxa failing the connection there.
That's a little harsh. Failing this connection.
I mean, honestly, it is... I don't know if this is even... I guess it is theoretically possible to throw Bushwhack and then Acorn Shot afterwards with level 1 Acorn, but I don't know. I think you need level 2 or you need a cast range item in order to pull off that combo. Or it's like some frame perfect stuff from Soxa that he tried there.
Either way, Yuragi is going to be perfectly fine, getting close to finishing the armlet for himself. And I'm interested in the build for Amar on the Bloodseeker. So it is going to... Why am I saying... What? It's just a carry build, right? The Maelstrom into BKB.
Where's the Midas?
That's true. Well, he had himself a decent start, right? So doesn't need to make that comeback.
That's true. He didn't die in lane.
He's middle of the pack, right?
Amar dies in lane. Quick buy Midas right away, but he didn't die.
Like, if this was a normal off-lane Bloodseeker, would the build even be different, or does this seem fine to you?
I mean, there are options, right? You can play more of a utility route where you go for something like Atos first to just set up Blood Rights. So it's pretty common if you're playing utility, but considering how OG usually play and what their mentality is, this is no surprise at all to go for that Maelstrom build. And either way, you're going to end up with a Mjolnir or
Seb, Boundless Strike. You can see the relocate coming with BZM. Wukong's command to follow, but Seb's all alone inside. And the heal up from Snake King, keeping 33 quite healthy. Seb might have to sacrifice himself, but we've seen him get away many a time. He actually dodges the Whirling Axes and pounces away again. Seb continually living and forcing out all these rotations from Tundra, just wasting time.
Yeah, in the meantime, Yuragi's just free farming top, and it looks like OG might look to make their own move sometime soon. At least they're, maybe not. They're just going to zone control for now. Obviously, with the relocate expended, as well as coil on cooldown, I don't think they necessarily have to do anything, but yeah, just amazing space here from Seb. It's going to get harder and harder, though. Now there's going to be a Diffusal on Pango to keep him in check. There's going to be a dagger on Doom. Actually, 33 changed his mind. He's going to go BKB. He had the dagger queued up, but goes for the Ograx. Taiga.
Yep, Taiga, bushwhack. You see the sharpshooter coming in. Boom. Soxa gets the kill. Again, a much needed kill for Tundra. They need to find the momentum. And with this Doombringer on their team, need to find some sort of a net worth lead. But like you said, they are going to go the BKB route for 33. Does that mean that they feel pretty comfortable with the state of the game or like the initiation factor that they have currently without that Blink Dagger?
I think maybe the mindset is if he goes Dagger, it's pretty high risk. The Troll isn't going to participate very much right now for the time being. And like the panel talked about, Doom is kind of soft countered here from the Doom aspect. So if you blink Doom someone and they get relocated out, you've used your entire package, right?
Yeah.
If you have the BKB, you can play more of a sustained style where you run in, you pop Scorched Earth, you're able to stand your ground and fight against all of these stuns and silences. So I do think in this game this is probably a better decision, but the Dagger will have to come out eventually because they will need that catch.
Tundra are smoked up. They're going to run into Yuragi, but 9 misses. He actually gets spam before his ult goes off.
But
the bushwhack, again, he gets stunned. Yuragi is living throughout all of this. There's the whirling axis from Troll, pops the ult as well, trying to take out this pesky CK, and finally, Tundra get a kill on a core. Amar, you see that move speed with that extra buff as it looks like 9 is finally taken out just before his TP was successful. 33 trying the same road. This time will be successful though as Tundra. It ends up being a 2-for-1. You lose your mid laner and the support for the position 1 on OG.
Given the circumstances, I don't actually think that was that big of a tragedy for them. They doomed an illusion and their Bloodseeker got ruptured before he could get ult off. So, or rather their Pango got ruptured. So you're gonna see the replay here. So this one misses, right? They defuse and this barely hits. It hits the real one, but not the Illu.
Yeah.
Which is, I'm sure we're gonna have a BBC documentary on why that's the case. Some sort of
that would be the most
glitch in the Matrix. I don't know.
The most boring episode of all time. Good Lord.
I'd watch.
No wonder you don't watch TV. That's the stuff you want to watch. But yeah, that fight could have been a lot worse for both teams, honestly. Kind of some misspells on both sides as Seb gets off a balance strike onto 2. Tree dancing in as well. BZM, the Bloodright, is connected. Soxa is definitely dead here, and there's the coil onto 2. Looks like the Troll is going to not break it this time around, but instead, they're going to find Snake King, and next is Peter. OG continuing the pressure into Game 2 of this lower bracket finals.
You gotta really be on the ball here. OG are making a lot of really successful moves around the mid tower. They did the same in the last game, just bringing numbers.
Oh my goodness. They have been finding stacks continually in the jungle, and now an Ancient stack as OG getting everything that they want in this series.
And it's just all off the back of one good move. They get 3 kills mid tower and now Ancients. They take everything they can possibly get in this short time span. And it's just, they're getting insane value out of this Monkey King. Like Seb getting the vision, getting the double stun to set it up. And also the safety that they feel like Pango isn't there. I think that's the most important thing for them to be able to make this move. So if they know Pango is not in place and they can just start the fight like this, it's pretty easy for them to just pile on them and grab very nice, easy kills. And the tower, and obviously as soon as you deal the initial damage, Amar is just gonna run through them as well. 3K lead. And they're again playing this kind of a 3-core lineup. I guess it is a puck mid, but you know, that hero can also scale pretty heftily compared to what it used to.
Indeed. Echo Saber now on Yuragi as well, so I would assume BKB is next after the fact. But considering the lead that they have, can definitely delay it like he is. And the question is, the first Roche of the game, if Tundra can somehow take it. Troll is quite good at it. As we're gonna see the coil only onto Soxa. Bloodright to follow, balance strike setting it up. Nice heals coming out from Snake King, but it's not going to be enough. Even a Wukong's command expended from OG. A little bit of overkill to find that position for Hoodwink.
Yeah, this could be an opening for Tundra in the next 20 seconds when Hoodwink respawns. Knowing those 2 ultis are down, might make a move with it. But again, you got to keep in mind that carry, the Troll, is not going to be available for quite a bit. Like Skitter has to farm. Yeah. To build up his hero, so it's a matter of now that you lost this momentum and you lost your mid tower, the game was looking okay, you were in a pretty good spot. Now you might have to slow it down, and that's when it gets scary. I feel like if you need to slow down against OG, who are notorious for having insanely strong late game scaling heroes and not necessarily being the quickest team, but just having really good calculated moves.
Yep, relocate into the bot lane. BZM finds 33, who instantly pops the BKB. And looks like he's going to be able to get out, but that, again, is a defensive usage. And the rest of Tundra have actually arrived in this area as well. And they're not going to find anybody, at least not outright, just the illusions of the CK.
Radiant's bottom tower.
We'll clean those up. So that's another key spell on cooldown for OG. But
even Seb going for an early BKB. He is quite farmed for that position 5, technically. I mean, is he playing the 5 or the 4, really?
Well, in this game, he's definitely 4.
Yeah. And into the Roche Pit they go. Of course, all the spells online for Tundra. Wukong's command should be coming up soon. Another 30 seconds, actually. So there is a window for Tundra to try to contest this, especially with the Blink Dagger now on 33, which has yet to be shown. And here comes the smoke. This is a really important fight for Tundra. And the smoke is going to be popped by Seb on the tree line. And with that, they'll have all the information they need. Although they do exit the Roche Pit, Roche is at half HP. And we'll see what the plan here is from OG.
That half?
It's close.
That's pretty optimistic. Or pessimistic, depending on how you look at it.
60%? Is that what you want me to say?
It's more like 64.
Okay. Interesting.
But it's healing, so.
It is. Double damage for Skeeter. This could be really big, but of course he does not have his BKB yet. So he could just solo Roche, but here comes the smoke from OG. Gonna attempt to contest potentially, but no, Roche will be lured out of his pit. This is extremely tense moment for Tundra specifically.
Monkey King is a god tier hero in this position right now. It's just so amazing what they get out of it.
And the Tundra smoke. And there is a ward up there from Tundra. It's going to be de-warded though by Taiga. Nicely done. Doesn't even get hoodwinked.
Saxa smoke broke again.
Yep, so they know that Seb is likely on a tree nearby. And Roche slowly healing up, and OG just baiting this out. Just gonna sit in the pit to try to force the initiation from Tundra. Although Tundra seem to be heading towards the south now. Is this gonna be enough space for OG to potentially just steal the Roche outright? But the tier 1 tower looks to be the focus of Tundra. And into the pit Yuragi goes with the Phantasm. And we'll see if they have enough time to clean this up. Fortification will delay this push ever so slightly. But it looks like Tundra are just backing up, so conceding this Roche to OG.
I think they got about as much as they could while conceding this. If you don't feel like you can take the fight in that area against Monkey King and against the spells you're facing, at the very least he goes and farms Ancients on Skitter, they get mid tier 1. He starts to push out bot and farm his way to the BKB. I actually think this was a really good play call from Tundra to not take that fight. I think that would have been a disaster in the area, given how good control OG have with their Monkey King and their item timings. You don't have the BKB on Troll just yet. So
yeah, in terms of taking Roche, I think Tundra with the Troll Warlord can do it faster, but OG have way better Roche fighting in the pit. With the Coil, Monkey King, Bloodrite from Bloodseeker. The tier 2 tower seems to be their focus. As you can see, Tundra look to be conceding this as well. Obviously the Aegis advantage now online for OG. And it looks to be a freebie. Seb continuing to scout this out. They know he's in the area, dodges the hoodwink spell that I can't remember the name of. Bushwhack. Thank you, Syndra.
You're welcome.
Just looked at your face and instantly remembered.
Yep.
Not sure what the connection there is exactly,
Same.
but who knows? Who knows? 2K lead for OG. I mean, can you put this in perspective for people, including myself, against a core Doom? What would this lead, you think, actually be if there was no Doom?
It's kind of a hard question to answer.
I know, that's
what
why I
heroes are you
asked.
playing instead?
Any
hero.
Visage.
Okay, he's Alchemist. This is pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not on the same level as Alchemist, no doubt. All right, Tundra going in onto Yuragi. He still has that Aegis. He's getting quite low. Taiga not able to get the ult off. Actually gets canceled there, and he's going to get dropped immediately. So Yuragi left his own device and popped the BKB along with his ult. And he's, Bloodrite is there. 33 gets off the Doom, but it gets canceled. 33 now on the run as Skeeter getting healed by Snake King. Boundless Strike onto 1, and they're going to clean up 33 very easily. Big Wukong's command from Seb. Looks like it'll lead to another Snake King death. but the right clicks from Skeeter. Finally, they're able to kill Seb. So nice turnaround here potentially from Tundra. The blood right. Skeeter able to sidestep it, focusing on Yuragi. Remember, he does not have Aegis anymore. Whirling axes are there. Double kill for Skeeter. Amar trying to kite him along with BZM, but they will find Amar instead. BZM, the last remaining member in this area for OG. Looks like he'll be left alone. So Tundra somehow coming back in that fight as the pressure now onto 9. The Witchblade doing so much, but you have the roll up from 9 to get out of dodge.
It felt like it's been forever since Tundra has had a good fight like that. They get the initiation and kill the Aegis right away. Great rolling thunder from 9 to stop the relocate out, come out from Taiga. And then the follow-up fight, even though they doomed into a Linken's, they still end up coming out on top, I would say.
That is such a fast Linken's, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, BZM is huge. He has 10 CS per minute on this puck.
So now they know, and the question is, what will cancel the Linken Sphere? Do you need to try to get... He is buying Yules, it looks like, so that is a cancel for 33. As you can see, the replay here, they did... And this was really good separating it from Taiga and getting that ult off there.
And there's that rupture on 9, so he will be taken out of the fight and has to TP away. The Doom there. Total whiff. I like how Amar played that fight too. Like, he's actually taking a lot of damage without dying. He's weaving in and out, forcing Skeeter to waste time on him. But ultimately, Skeeter can actually overcome. And I think this kind of fight can showcase what Troll can do in this game if given the right conditions. So.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, we got a big team fight. Apparently, Wukong's command is popped. Looks like they'll find the IO. Does Tundra. It's going to be a trade for the Pugna, though, as 9 inside his Rolling Thunder. Trying to kite a little bit here. The Chaos Ball. 4 seconds on the Skeeter. The Blood Right's coming as well. Rupture on top. He gets off the BKB. Finally gets off the ult. They're just going to make him chase. Taking some damage from that Rupture still, but the right clicks onto Yuragi with the Hoodwink ult. Double kill for Skeeter. Boundless strike from Seb, though. Tundra trying to fight back. Seb will be taken out. Buyback onto Io, though. They really, really want to kill this Troll Warlord, and they finally do. Amar staying alive throughout all of this, and the scouting out of 33 won't be able to cancel the TP, though. That fight came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. 2 cores dead for Tundra. And just CK on OG's side.
I'd say there's a pretty good outcome overall for OG here.
Was a buyback on the IO, though, so.
They did have to buy back IO, which opens up an avenue for an awesome team fight for Tundra if they can find that as the first kill. And actually, considering they fought without Doom, maybe that wasn't that bad for them. Troll's death timer is just really, really long, but when he does come back, he's now going to have the level 20 talent, so another 30 damage to boot. And then with Doom as well as Pangold up, it could be time to look for another fight straight away. Guess Roche early spawn is in 3 minutes, so there's plenty of time to look around the map and not be anchored in that top area, which is something Dire really loves to not have to bother with, right? They can go bottom and look for something. If they find the kill, they don't have to panic and run across the map because Roche could be dying. So opportunity here, maybe they would find Seb.
And the Basher online for Amar, so these BKB TPs might not be so safe in the near future for Tundra. As
this
now
is an interesting smoke from OG. They have only Bloodseeker and IO smoke to bottom and no other core backup. If they run into a fight against this Pango, this could potentially go really wrong, as Tundra's heroes are pretty close by and they can't relocate in their other heroes since the IO is already part of the move. But now they are
trying to bait it in. 33, he's going to get instantly ruptured. He gets off his BKB, but he is dying very swiftly, attempting to TP out. But the bash from Amar is enough. It looked like he was going to get out in time, but the bash very timely from Amar. And now the coil applied to Snake King gets off the Decrepify. Healing up to a high degree by Seb, but the Blood Right's going to cancel it. Then the double kill for Amar as OG just continuing the onslaught. Saksa's dead next. It's a 5 versus 2. Skeeter completely surrounded. He pops the BKB, but the rest of OG just completely resetting, waiting for that BKB to run out. Gets off the ult in the meantime, though. Yuragi jumping in, gets a 4-second Chaos Bolt, and that's going to lead in likelihood to a kill onto Skeeter. 1 remaining member for Tundra. It is the Pangolier. He's silenced currently and brought down to his knees. Double kill Amar, and OG are absolutely crushing again in this game number 2.
The way that started is just perfect timing. Like, they're down there as 2 or 3 heroes. it's not looking like it's going to be good. And the moment Tundra's heroes do arrive, the Doom coming down there, that's when they're all in position. And Bloodseeker starts out with the Rupture on Doom, which, you know, in many circumstances would be like, hell yeah, let's go with Pango. But he's not there. He's not part of the fight in the beginning. Doom has to try to TP out, and he gets bashed. And this is the aftermath of that fight, with Doom on the sidelines without buyback. And Soxa also being all the way in the top lane. They're just completely outnumbered this entire fight. Which is weird to say, because it looked like Tundra actually had the numbers bottom just a moment before.
OG just read the situation perfectly on that high ground. And this was just feels really shitty for Tundra when you have the Troll Warlord just stuck between 5 heroes, and there's literally no way to get out for him. But yeah, that was a full team wipe in favor of OG, and they are looking quite good right now. So from Tundra's perspective, what do you think needs to be done to try to claw back in this game?
I think it's mainly going to come down to, you know, this is easy for me to say, but they have to read the map better so that they have corresponding numbers. And that is difficult when you're playing against IO in this game state, because if IO is missing, along with one core, they could be literally anywhere and connect to the fight. So you also have to sort out your waves, find an intelligent way to push that out while still being in reach of one another when the fight does break out. I think this bottom tier 1 tower that they still have left, if OG ever make their way down in that area or to the mid tier 2, that's where you can really combine with all 5 heroes because you have an easy connection point. So make sure you don't lose any more towers without a fight. They ruptured 33 again.
Yeah, he is ruptured. He's working on a Lincoln Sphere. He's going to get healed by Snaking. Looks like the TP will be successful, but a double boundless strike from Seb will lead to a kill onto Pugna to start it out. But Skeeter already popping the ult just to take out that pesky Monkey King. So Seb will fall. And the buyback from Snaking as well. Tundra need to get something out of this, but BZM looks like he's going to be just fine.
Heads up play there from both BCM and Soxa. So BZM realizes that if he jaunts to his orb there out of phase shift, he's going to get caught by a hoodwink combination, so he just doesn't jaunt it. Blinks into the enemy base instead and finds a way out.
And Tundra, you can see that they're going for a potential gank through the river here, smoked up, while this Monkey King is dead.
They do have the Doom, and 33 in that situation again was BKB TPing out, so the fact that they get that trade perhaps not too bad with the buyback on the Pugna to find Monkey King. And again, it opens up a fight where 9 can actually use his ult, right? That time he was there. So the Doom getting ruptured, that time they have Rolling Thunder. It zoned out the Puck for the remainder of the fight and allowed Skeeter to play very confidently on the Troll.
And it feels like Seb's vision from the tree line has been kind of the difference maker here, as Tundra have tried to get aggressive from time to time in this game, but
this is
just
a big
been
item.
plotted out consistently. As E-Blade for BZM, as Roche looks like 1 minute away from respawning with that beautiful shard.
This item's so amazing here because if you think about how Tundra take their fights, it's all about setting up the Troll to kill someone, right? They have the Doom to prevent people from casting spells. They have the Pango chain stun, but Puck can effectively save any core right now along with Wisp, and they can reset the fights. And if it's not a matter of using it defensively, it's obviously also part of a kill burst. Now he can solo kill the Pugna in his silence, which he was missing a little bit from before. Same with the Hoodwink. If BZM finds either of them, they just die on the spot.
And Nullifier is in the sights for Seb to counteract that Pugna Decrepify.
My God, how did this happen? Puck is level 24, Pango's 18.
Ooh, yeah.
That's actually a ridiculous difference in experience among the mids. I guess Skitter has a pretty big advantage over the CK as well, though.
BZM also has an Arcane Rune, so this would be a very tough fight for Tundra, unless they can just lock him down.
Is that Hoodwink Shard going out to scout? OG are not going to be surprised by this at all.
Yeah, and Roche is up. And we'll see if Yuragi will... Not sure if he's going to pop his ult quite yet, but focusing on taking him out to start here. And of course, this is the Roche with the Shard as Tundra. I think they were spotted there by Seb. And Seb back into the pit and back onto the tree line.
Soxa tried to fish for a...
That's the decoy, I think. Oh, Balance Strike misses this time from Seb. They're looking for 33. There's the Rupture. They get it off. The Yule's a little bit too late. He's going to get silenced with the Blood Right as well. Focusing on 33. Gets off the BKB, but the right clicks will suffice as Tundra on the back foot now, and they're just bashing through. Amar's beating the crap out of 9. He's in the Rolling Thunder, though. He blinks and gets the kill while BKB. Jiragi getting quite low, but the blood right now onto this Troll Warlord, and that's another bursted hero in favor of OG. 5 dead. It's a full team wipe, and nobody is lost for OG, which means second Roche is theirs.
The name of the game for OG in this game has just been, how can we make Doom as sad as possible? Like, again, you'd think they would reserve the Rupture for the Pango, but they're actually just removing Doom from the fight. They Rupture him, they run at him, he BKB tries to TP out, doesn't make it there. And also a little bit of indecisiveness, right? Like, he was kind of standing around, okay, should I TP out? Are we going to take this fight? He was uncertain. And then when he finally goes for it, OG didn't even need the bash. He had already taken so much damage from running around. And you can understand from Tundra's perspective why he doesn't want to TP away there. It's like, okay, am I just going to BKB TP out every time? This time I have 4 teammates around me, but the positioning from Tundra just wasn't really good enough to cover him fully.
Fortifications pop by Tundra. They do have a bunch of buybacks, so they'll likely just give up 1 set of racks before giving it their all in this defense. So the top racks is OG's for the taking. And now they go into the mid lane. No reason to stop with this Troll Warlord still technically dead. 20 seconds on the respawn timer. Yuragi looking for Soxa. Instantly doomed, though, by 33. Can they get this kill? That is just the Aegis, though. The buyback now onto Skeeter. He gets ruptured instantly inside the Wukong's command. Finally gets off the ult. They're just going to make him chase him outside the Wukong's command. And this is going to be a dieback if they end up getting this kill. He's going to get the BKB up, but dies shortly after. Dieback for Skeeter. And this is looking like the beginning of the end for Tundra, as the Boundless Strike does connect onto Soxa, but he cuts the tree. 33 ruptured for the millionth time this game. Doesn't matter, he is dead. Double kill for Amar. Only 2 members of Tundra remain. And OG looking primed and ready as the GGs are called. OG going to the grand finals for the 5th time in their organization's history. Unreal performance.
They've had some grand finals that looked really grim at certain points, and they overcame it every time. So we'll see today when they face up against TSM later if it's going to be 5 in a row or if their streak in finals will be broken. But yeah, I mean, based on how they played in this series so far, they made Tundra look definitely a tier below. Just better movements, really good drafting overall. I feel like Tundra, for the most part in their games, got what they wanted. They just got handled. A lot of the key heroes that they've been winning with a lot